Ken Allen made his first successful escape on June 13th, 1985. The zookeepers found him hanging out with visitors outside of his exhibit, shaking hands, kissing babies, promising to take on those fat cat elites in Washington.
Go to the link tree and you can find my OnlyFans in there.
Yeah. Hey, you guys like shit? I got a pocket full of it right here if you're interested. Try throwing this at the gorillas and see what it does. Hi, everybody, and welcome to 500 Open Tabs. I'm Kaveh Taherian.
And I'm Hannah Hillam. We're back.
Woo! Look at you. So much energy, despite the fact that this weekend, as the time of this recording, was San Diego Comic-Con. I know we're ahead of schedule. It's baffling, but here we are.
It's baffling. It wouldn't have been baffling a year ago. But yeah, it's baffling as of 2045. And yeah, I'm dead inside, but I'm pushing through it like a professional.
You are a professional. I'm very proud of you. You've done a really good job. Yeah, me too.
I think I drew constantly for 5 straight days.
That's how it goes.
It was
Guess
nice.
what? The fun's not over. You got another one coming up at the time of this recording.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
And then by the time this drops, then we have Rose City. Don't forget, we're going to be in Portland.
By the time you hear this, I'm going to be dead on my feet, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. We're going to have a table. We're tabling together at 2 cons and 3.
Make up for the fact that we weren't able to table at San Diego. So we got a bunch of crazy manic energy that's got to get caught up on. It's going to be fun.
You know what's weird, though? You know
what's
weird is that I had the manic energy all weekend, and you were there for panels, and I was like, hey, Kaveh, and you were like, pretty normal, considering.
No, I was fighting my own battle because I had
insane.
to.
But like, you haven't been, no, you were insane in a different way. But I was like, hey, hi, what up? And you were just like also crazy in a different way. But our energies were similar, but not.
It was different.
Is this?
Here's the thing: this is what I've realized is that despite the fact that I've been doing conventions for I don't know like half decade now, I don't walk the floor. I don't go to conventions. I work conventions, but I don't actually go to them. So this time, because I only came for the panels, I went to the convention and I was like, I don't want to do this. This is too much.
You texted me.
You were like, I need the square of a table and I need to just be trapped in there. I cannot be left to my own devices to schedule. I'm like, nope, I can't do it.
You lose faith in humanity.
I mean, it just was overwhelming. I don't know how people do it. I'm like, it's actually arguably more tiring. Also, I'm walking the floor. I'm not making money.
Right.
It's one thing to run out of my table. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't like this. So it's just spend money, chaos, stuff happening. I mean, it was nice to see people and I had a good time and I saw cool stuff, but I was like, I'm not prepared. I wasn't mentally or emotionally prepared for having to actually go to the floor. And it was also really funny because Sarah was telling me, she's like, yeah, that's what it's again, the irony of being like, she's like, you've been doing this for so many years. How do you have no idea how Comic-Con works? I'm like, I don't know when to get tickets. I don't know where I'm supposed to park. I don't know like when people are let into the floor. I don't deal with any of those. You live on like a a totally different plane of existence within the convention.
It's a parallel plane. Like it's like you're there. We're all in the same spot, but we have very different experiences. And like I got up to pee. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I'm jealous. Did you
hold your pee the whole time? You jealous of me getting
No, I peed a bunch. I went to the bathroom over and over again. It was great.
I'm glad that, look, at least our P got to hang out together in the pipes underneath the convention center. What the hell am I talking about?
That's beautiful.
That's
I
disgusting.
love it. P friends.
It was fun. I went to P friends.
But otherwise, we were on a panel with Kurosh. Our panel was really fun. It's me, or I'm me, and it's this game's fault. I wanted to share that clip will be up hopefully by the time that this is out,
probably
because I know he recorded the whole thing, so we'll drop a link to that one. We shared some fun stories. We had a really good time with our other panelists. That was fun. That was a really good time.
Group.
It was a good group.
Yeah,
it was a good conversation.
You had another panel. The MENA panel went well. I
had the MENA panel as well. Yes, I did. You don't assume it did happen.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there, therefore it doesn't exist, nor does it matter, because there was no British people on the panel. We didn't talk about the English or beans and toast or Marmite.
I walked in and I didn't see anybody.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this?
You're like, I don't see color. Room? I don't see anybody who's I don't even see people of color. They don't exist.
There's not someone in here named Alistair. I'm not staying. Anyway,
yes,
I wish I could have gone.
Not going there.
I wish I could have gone. I had to draw a bajillion cats. It was.
You did, but I'm glad you made a chunk of money that we can use towards going to the next conventions. Which go ahead and check us out at Rose City Comic-Con if you are in the Portland area.
And New York in October.
Oh, that's right. In New York in October. Oh, we didn't announce that yet, did we? We're going to be at New York Comic Con. You heard it here first, folks. You try to not plug them until each one happens, but that's for later. That's in October. Listen, Rose City. That's the one that you got to mark on your calendar. So if you're in the Rose City, if you're in the Portland area, let us know.
Okay.
Maybe we'll try and do another meetup or something. Anyway, moving on. We should get to our actual tabs. We've rambled for long enough.
It's only been 10, 12 minutes.
That's a long time for us to do like our catch up.
Yeah, but we hang on. We met people from the Discord. We got to say that really quick.
That's right. We did a Discord meetup. Jazz came, the famous Jazz. Veronica was there. We made our new friend Gabe, who I had met before, who also joined the Discord and then also came to the meetup. Who else was there from the Discord? I think those were the three that we had. Those were
the three, yeah. It was fun.
But it was a bigger group than that. It was excellent. We had a wonderful time getting to meet everyone and chat with them about their likes and their interests and their kind of where they are in their lives and finding
their past jobs as insect executioners.
That's right. And Boeing sexuals.
Yeah. Shout out, Veronica. It must have been a hard job to kill all those moths. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay?
Yeah. It was a great time. We're going to try and do that more in the different cities that we go to if anybody's in those cities. So keep an eye on the convention the convention channel that we have in the Discord. We'll put any updates or interests that if people are in that area to see if we can orchestrate something.
Yes, do that.
Anyway, I think that's it in terms of the updates. And shall we move on to the actual show?
Sure. Are you going first?
I believe I am going first this week.
Okay. Is this part 4? Is this going to be part 4 of
this
November Rain?
This is part 4 of November Rain. No, thankfully it's done forever. I'm never going to talk about November Rain ever again.
All right.
It's out of my brain forever. I'm glad to be back to quote unquote normal, if you even want to call it that.
No.
But anyway, so we just got back from San Diego. San Diego, that's known for a few. Oh, are you already yawning before I even started my tab? Oh my God, you're so bored.
I tried to hide it. I'm so tired. My body can barely hold itself up.
Listen,
please, man.
Why don't you just go to sleep and I'll just go back home and we can record another time.
Stop.
I know you want me to stop, but I'm gonna edge this nevertheless. Okay, San Diego, known for a few big celebrities.
Okay.
Our boy Tony Hawk, which you found out was the game that I played after I had my massive skateboarding head injury.
Tune into the panel when it's up because Kaveh tells an incredible story about getting a traumatic head injury.
That's all you need to know is the traumatic injury. Of course, Blink-182 is from San Diego as well.
I know that.
Countless others, lots of famous people. But today I'm going to talk about a local San Diego celebrity named Ken Allen. Have you ever heard of him?
No.
Do you know who Ken Allen is?
Nope.
Okay, so to the fine folks of San Diego, Ken wasn't just a celebrity, but he was a legend. Some might even say a folk hero. Okay. He had a fan club, and he even inspired an extremely catchy eponymous ballad. You could even see the super hardcore folks in the area adorned with shirts and bumper stickers on their cars that simply read, "Free Ken Allen."
Wait.
Part of the reason for his cult status is much like your boy, Michel Vajour from episode 71.
Okay, yeah.
Ken was an expert escape artist. And he was known for his iconic shaggy red hair, and he was affectionately named Harry Houdini, as in Harry, H-A-R-Y.
Amazing. That's pretty good. H-A-
And every time Ken would get caught, he'd be put into solitary confinement where he'd sit and quietly bide his time, hatching his next escape plan.
It was exciting.
Yeah, legend. But what grave injustices had Ken Allen committed in the eyes of the law? Why were so many people so eager to have Ken, who was seemingly so dangerous that he kept having to be put into solitary confinement over and over again, gain his freedom? Because you see, Ken Allen was no ordinary man. Ken Allen was an orangutan.
What? What? Why is his name Ken Allen? That's like being like, this is my chimpanzee named Louis. They named Louis. Like
a first and a last name.
Ken Allen is an orangutan? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Harry, way, I get it. Harry. Look at
Harry
him.
Houdini. Here's a picture of him flipping off the camera, by the way. He's giving the middle finger.
He's like, screw you guys.
Eat shit.
I'm going to do whatever I want. Here's my hot take on orangutans, and I just don't like them.
No, they're great. You're a liar. You're wrong. It's like me with pigeons.
I know, but look at the face. If I saw that, Why do they have spines on their face? It looks like he has like a spined face. Okay, whatever. Whatever, Ken Allen.
Spines on their it looks like bones coming out of it.
It looks like a yeah.
The flanges.
Look at his goatee. Oh man, okay. This guy looks pretty cool. I would put him in solitary. I don't want him anywhere near me.
They're really fun to draw, by the way. I think I mentioned this before on the podcast more than once, like cuz the shapes are so bizarre and the shoulders like go up on top of the shapes.
They look like
on top of the head,
like a Sasquatch. You know what I mean?
It's really fun. They're really. I've filled plenty of sketchbook with orangutan drawings.
I should try.
So I had seen some article, but I mostly found most of the main source for today's tab is from a book called "Fear of the Animal Planet: The Hidden History of Animal Resistance" by Jason. It's Hribal, I think, Hribal.
Interesting. Animal resistance.
Yep. But okay, so this is the story of Ken Allen. So like many of us, Ken Allen had a rough childhood, all right? Oh. Born at the San Diego Zoo in 1971, Ken was the product of a loveless union between his mother Maggie and father Bob.
Maggie and Bob, man. They should have just gotten a divorce. Should have just called it. He was just sitting, he just had to watch them fight every day.
As is common with orangutans, he never knew his father. Oh. But he barely even knew his mother Maggie. In fact, Maggie had no interest in getting to know him either, as she tried to smother him as an infant.
What? Are you kidding?
Nope.
Wow, bad mom.
Yeah, I think she was just like, I don't want this thing, because they do that in nature. It's very common.
They do. They're like, this thing's not quite right.
It's not quite right. I can't take care of it. I don't understand where I am because I'm in a zoo for some reason. This is not natural for me. I'm going to kill this thing.
Yeah, I don't
because it never asked to be born.
No, it didn't. Hey, look, none of us have asked to be born. Okay.
True.
Well, to be fair.
Thankfully, he was saved by two zoo workers, Ken Willingham and Ben Allen, which is where he got the name Ken Allen from.
Oh.
Or as I like to call him, Kenjamin Allen.
Guantanamo Bay.
Why did you go to Guantanamo immediately?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Instead of Kenneth Allen. Okay, I love it.
Guantanamo. I don't know. Okay, move on.
Kenjamin Allen was raised in the zoo's nursery and was a rambunctious little shit from the start.
Just like...
Because in his heart.
Yeah.
Just like what? Just like us?
Just like us. Just like, I'm assuming.
Did you ever try to escape from the crib and stuff? Was that like a thing for you?
I didn't escape. I don't remember escaping, but I know that I have a child who is like that, where he'll just...
That's what I'm saying. He's doing the acrobatics, trying to like get
out
of the crib all the time.
Where did he go? Or he's like, where, I look at the baby cam. This was years ago, and I'm like, where is he? Mm-hmm. And then he learned how to open doors, and I was like, great.
It's like a velociraptor.
Yeah.
Clever girl. That's a reference you still don't understand.
You
did watch it. You did finally watch it for Steven's podcast.
I watched it last week. Sorry, I'm yelling. I watched it last week with my kids. First time.
You did?
Now they won't leave the room without me.
Wait, I thought you watched it for Steven's podcast.
I did.
Okay, you said
half
last
a year
week.
ago, and then I watched it again last week.
It was the second time. I thought you just said for the first time. That's why I was confused.
No, I'm sorry. I'm quick to yell right now.
It's okay. That's what we're used to. Anyway, in his heart of hearts, Ken knew that he was not meant for the world he was born into. And even when he was in his nursery, Ken would unscrew every nut that he could find and remove the bolts.
What?
Yeah.
I'm on Ken's side right now. Get out of there. I
knew you would be.
Get out of there.
As soon as the zookeepers would roll around, he would put them back and just be like, nope, nothing to see here, only to resume his escape plans as soon as they left.
What? What year is this?
He was born in 1971, I believe.
Okay, so this was a while ago.
A while ago, yes. Also, orangutans take a while to develop into mature. I think it's like 10 years before they're even like adults.
Weird. Okay.
So they take quite a long time. So they're stuck in that little childish phase for a long time. Anyway, as a child, also, one of his favorite tricks was to, quote, grab someone's hand who was waving at him and swing himself up.
He's like, oh, thank you for helping me escape.
Yoink.
Yoink. I don't mind if I do.
It was really fun. Tricky little bastard.
Yeah.
And then in the early 80s, San Diego broke ground on new exhibits and habitats on bird and primate mesa that they dubbed the heart of the zoo. Phase 1 would build new enclosures for 2 species of orangutans, new island exhibits for gibbons and siamangs, a climate-controlled exhibit for duck langurs and other Southeast Asian primates, and a new aviary for hornbills and cockatoos. And it was a big deal, with lots of hullabaloo made about this expansion. People were excited, and Ken was excited for people to be excited about him. But
and
one
to help
thing
him
that
escape.
Right. But one thing Ken wasn't excited about was sharing the spotlight. A local television crew.
Why do I relate to Ken?
Because we're all just caged animals trying to escape and get out into the real world, only to realize that when we get out into the real world, it's chaos and hell, and we want to just be stuck at our artist alley tables at a convention the entire time because we long for structure and order.
Oh, you were Ken Allen this weekend.
I was totally Ken Allen. I got out, and I didn't like being out. I wanted to be let back into my cage. A local television crew had come to film the neighboring gorillas, which apparently Ken found offensive. He was upset by it. And to be fair, he's correct. Gorillas, they get all the love, but how often do you get to see orangutans in the popular imagination?
None.
Not enough, I say.
Because what do you look at? What are you going to look at when you see him? There's so many shapes.
It's awesome. I mean, I think it's much
awesome,
cooler than a
but
gorilla.
I'm scared of. I mean, you know what? I'm scared of all of them. I don't like primates. They scare me.
I'm more scared of a gorilla than an orangutan.
Oh,
Orangutans are like fun and cool and colorful.
Gorillas
and
are murderers.
Like, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Those things will rip arms out of your sockets. They're terrifying.
It kind of feels like it would feel good, though.
To have your arms. I mean, that's true.
Stretch,
it would fix my back.
Have a gorilla like break my back.
Just go, gorilla massages. You heard it here first, folks.
You heard
it's the next $1 billion idea.
It is.
If we can only train them.
You gotta sign a waiver, okay? You gotta sign a waiver because you will die. But
if you want to have your arms and legs ripped out of their sockets, that's an extra cost.
It is. We're all just gonna do that for you. Go on.
Yeah, that costs more. There's liabilities. You got to have a professional do it. They got to go to like 4 years of ripping arms and legs out of sockets school
it's hard
to learn the best way to do it. It's true. It's very exclusive. Then they got to go do their arms and legs ripping residencies.
Oh,
they have to do time with an attending who teaches you how to rip arms. Then you got to go to the school, and then you're like, I'm poor. I can't afford a real arms and legs ripping out fee.
You got to go to the ones who are the school. Yeah, like the dentists we used to go to. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the hair school. Except this one ripped your arms out.
The dentist at the hair school? What the hell kind of dentist were you going to?
I'm from a town where there was a ton of dentistry and hair schools separate.
Weird.
And so there was always like, you could go to like the student dentists, or you could go to like the student hair people, but separate. Come on.
Listen, one-stop shopping. Get your hair cut, get your teeth fixed, and get your arms ripped out of your sockets. That's a $10 billion idea.
Sounds amazing.
I'm coming for you, Bezos.
You get immediately arrested. You're like buzz cutting, you're like using the buzzers on teeth. That hurt my body, my bones.
I would buzz cut the gorilla just out of spite, and then it would rip its arms, rip my arms. Anyway, I don't know why I'm fixated on ripping arms out of sockets. I'm going to move on.
Because I don't know. Go.
Not enough orangutan media in my opinion, except for Maurice in the Planet of the Apes movies. I love Maurice. He's my favorite. Anyway, Ken understood that in the entertainment industry, you can't just wait to get discovered. You have to make your own luck. Mm-hmm. So what did he do? Ken started throwing rocks at the camera crew.
He had an OnlyFans. He started an OnlyFans. Yeah.
Immediately, Ken was making more money than all of us combined.
Feet pics.
Ew, orangutan feet pics.
All four, like feet and hand pics.
Spread out like this, like picking up things, making food.
Picking up like, you know how, oh, never mind. Can't even get into that.
Massaging, that's what it is. Doing the back massages with feet. Brushing teeth with their feet.
I think that's my idea of hell.
Yeah, no. But Ken decides to make his own luck. He starts throwing rocks at them. And I imagine they weren't very big because apparently they just kind of like did their best to dodge them and continue to film the gorillas. And eventually, Ken ran out of rocks. So what did he do?
What?
Poop. He starts throwing his own shit, obviously.
Of course. Why did I ask what? Of course that's next. I'm surprised he didn't start with that. Give Ken some rocks.
It's true. He wanted to work his way. He wasn't going to waste precious, valuable shit.
Ken,
on
save
a
that
film
for the
crew.
OnlyFans. Come on, man.
Only stains.
Only tans. Only orangutans.
Ooh, only tans. I like that.
Yeah.
So he starts throwing his shit at them. And did they come over and film him after that? Sadly, they just left.
Wow.
But Ken had bigger plans anyway. It didn't matter.
I can't even imagine what.
Sidebar. Next time I see any influencers that I don't want filming around me, I might just go ahead and start. Maybe I'll start with the rocks and work my way up to shit. But
just bring the bag of rocks and you work your way down. Work your way down to shit is what I say.
Ken Allen made his first successful escape on June 13th, 1985. Apparently, the zookeepers found him hanging out with visitors outside of his exhibit, shaking hands, kissing babies, promising to take on those fat cat elites in Washington. He was just chilling. He didn't even run away. Yeah, he just was like, hey, how are you?
I want some
Welcome to the
attention.
zoo. Yeah.
This is my place. This is my home I didn't ask to live in. Welcome.
He was like a docent almost, I feel like.
Go to the link tree and you can find my OnlyFans in there.
Yeah. Hey, you guys like shit? I got a pocket full of it right here. If you're interested, try throwing this at the gorillas and see what it does.
He was just hanging out. I love that.
Just hanging out. And the zookeepers were terrified because he's a wild animal. But luckily, Ken Allen, he's just trying to make a friend or two. He's just social. He's networking. He's trying to find the next producer or the agent that could get him everything that he needs.
He's left the booth. He's going to other artists.
Exactly. He went to the parties that we had to go to on the evenings, unlike you. Ken Allen, he should have come with me to those parties to try and network. He would have done a better job.
I bet he would have.
Yeah.
I would have loved to go to that party. You know that.
You would have been the coolest person at the party if you went with Ken Allen. Every Comic-Con party that you go to with a Ken Allen, I would have been I would have been the biggest hit. You know how many deals I would have signed?
Look, I can throw my shit if that's what you're asking.
That's all I'm ever asking.
Okay, next time we go to a party, I'll be there. I'll be ready.
Thank you. Finally. So Ken, it's a little bit dangerous, but he's chilling. He's nice. He's just like hanging out. And the really scary part is that they had no idea how he did it. They were like, how did he even escape?
They couldn't even fix it if they had like found where he got out.
They couldn't figure it out because they had seen him earlier make a ladder out of branches, apparently like in a very methodical way where he was like pushing pieces in to make sure that like it fit. But they went back to check the area. There was no ladder to be found. So they were like, I don't understand. So they put him in solitary confinement. I don't know. Like, I think he was just testing different things.
You know, when an animal starts to build tools like that, he shouldn't be in a zoo.
Exactly.
That's not where he belongs.
So they stacked a bunch of cinder blocks to raise the height of the retaining wall.
3D printing a gun. He writes a manifesto. Ken Allen's manifesto. Yeah.
Ted Allen would have loved Ted Kaczynski, I feel like.
Oh, Ken Kaczynski. I don't know.
Ken Kaczynski? Ted Allen?
Ted Allen.
I would love to read an orangutan manifesto. They do spend most of their time alone, by the way. Yeah, this is not fun.
Bastards, all of you.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so they put him in solitary confinement and adjusted the habitat a little. They put a bunch of cinder blocks, like started stacking them to raise the height of the retaining wall, and several portions were smoothed over to prevent any handholds.
So wait, more rocks for him to throw?
It's cinder blocks, so it's like big pieces, and there's like, they couldn't grip it. But of course, this did nothing as Ken escaped once again on July 29th, and then again in August, so like 2 times more within the next couple of months. This fool can't be kept down.
Good for him.
And the zookeepers had to keep trying new tactics. So they made the walls even taller, and they set up an electric fence. And this is my favorite. They started to go undercover as visitors wearing casual clothes like jeans and Hawaiian shirts as to not let him know that they were watching him.
Because he could recognize their uniforms. That makes sense.
Yes, exactly.
What?
Just like undercover cops, basically, just being like, this is the first time we're seeing this orangutan here.
Except they're
interesting,
really
taking photos.
They're like,
they got that cop haircut. They've all got flat tops.
The haircut. Yeah. There's always the haircut. It's like, I saw some like meme that like some European was like, how do all Americans recognize when there's an undercover cop? We have no idea. And some American was like, it's the haircut, it's the shoes, it's the stance, it's how they wear. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. Totally.
Funny thing about Americans in Europe, apparently, I did read this once, that Americans have a tendency to lean on things. That is not a common thing for Europeans, apparently.
Oh, interesting. What do they lean on?
I don't know. I don't think they lean.
Nothing?
I think they do squats or something. I'm not sure. But I read this somewhere that apparently Americans tend to like lean on the wall or like lean against something. It's like some subconscious American thing of being like, we own everything and it doesn't matter. And we'll just sit where
Europe,
we want.
We out-own them at things? I don't think so. They started this mess.
They did start this mess.
We own everything. Look, I'm going to go over there and I'm only going to lean on stuff. I'm going to lay on stuff.
Only leans. Lean, keep it lean. Only leans. So they're wearing their Hawaiian, they're doing their cop outfits, Hawaiian shirts, jeans, and
crop haircuts.
Way too weird. They're not there with children. No one really. It's just it's probably a little too obvious. And of course, Ken realizes what they're doing.
Of course, he can recognize their faces. I'm sure.
Yeah, and so they start to bring in an additional mole to distract him from the first one. So they're like, okay, he's looking at this guy that he realizes is one of us. Meanwhile, the other guy is going to spy him while he's doing that. But even then, Ken knows their bullshit game. He doesn't fall for it. So they had to get crazy. What do?
I don't know. Dress as an orangutan.
No, that would have been funny though.
Yeah,
They
like
do
the
what
pandas.
They do what you have to when it comes to bribing any single man. They decide to bribe Ken Allen with ass.
Yeah. You're going to bring in some hot piece in there and be like, why would you ever want to escape this? Multiples?
They bring him a harem, basically.
They gave Ken a harem? Oh, Ken. Look at you, Ken. You've made it. Wow. This only
something to know.
Get real crazy. It's about to get nuts.
Now they're angry because they got to figure out how to split the proceeds and like the profits.
Multi-camera angles. It's going to be insane. It's going to be.
Ken's like, this is my cage. I own it. And they're like, but we're the performers. We're going to unionize and go on sex strike unless you give us a fair share. I need health insurance. It's really complicated very quickly.
Oh, yeah, dude. Good luck, Ken.
So good luck. Something to know about orangutans is that in the wild, they're very solitary creatures. They spend much of their time living alone in the trees and rarely have much contact with each other, especially the males. The males just basically just run around from tree to tree, hanging out, eating whatever, like termites and shit. And they basically come to bang and then that's it. And then they just run back out into the wild.
I'm here to bang and eat termites, and I've just run out of termites.
Termites.
I want a bumper sticker that says that. I'm here to eat termites and bang my harem, and I've just run out of termites.
And apparently the noises and the calls and stuff that they make are not that sophisticated comparatively to other apes because they don't spend so much time communicating.
Oh, that makes sense.
Suddenly, when orangutans are in captivity, everything is turned upside down.
Oh, no.
Suddenly, they're all put together in this relatively tiny little living area. And the next thing you know, it's the true story of 7 strangers picked to live in a house, work together, and have their lives taped. And to find out what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real, the real world, orangutans.
I would sneak up late at night as an 11-year-old and just watch the real world orangutan.
Did you ever watch The Real World?
Yeah. Did you?
Really? Yeah, I'm just surprised you did because you haven't seen anything ever at any time. So I wasn't sure
TV.
if that was something.
There was TV. My grandma had, here's the thing. My grandma was like, y'all get cable? We lived in her basement. So I'd go up there and I'd turn on the TV and watch The Real World. I think Real World 10. They were in the.
Oh, wow. Way later.
Yeah, no, I'm not watching like Puck and all the originals from San Francisco?
Puck's not even the original. That's like third season.
Who's the original?
The original was New York.
That's right. Okay. I watched
like Eric and Julie and all these people. I had a Gen X sister, so I was forced to watch all these things. Again, as I've said often on this show, exposed to things that were I was way too young to be seeing them at the time that I did see them, but I did.
I shouldn't have watched that. I also used to watch Howard Stern, like late at night.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, I saw some stuff that I was like, uh-oh.
Actually, I think the second Real World was in San Diego, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
So anyway, now suddenly all these orangutans are forced to live together in a small spot. And the zookeepers, they're projecting human values on there. They're like, they're just expecting Ken to just nut and run and then just be calm because his balls are drained. But Ken, he's smarter than that.
He's smarter than a human man. Is that what you're saying?
Honestly, it doesn't take much, but yes, in this case, he is.
Oh, Ken. He's like, no, I stick around. I'm not going to let these ladies. Anyway, go on.
Also, he's like, don't bang your coworkers or like your cohabit. It's weird because what if it breaks?
Sisters. Are they? I can't tell.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's just like they're too close. So he's just like, hey, listen, baby, I'm just trying to get out of here and go back to Borneo. I ain't got time. I'm not trying to just bang you and run. And this kills me. After one of his escapes, less than an hour after being released from solitary confinement on August 13th, Ken was spotted standing with a small crowbar.
Oh. Well, where'd he get that?
Apparently, they think someone had just one of the keepers had gone in there to try and latch something. They just forgotten it and fallen. And they see that he's got it. And he's standing around and all the undercover zookeepers are watching him because he's just out on parole, right? So they're like, we're watching this dude like a hawk. And he's being all coy and he's like, oh, what's this? Like shrug emoji. I just want to throw my shit at the mainstream media. I don't care about this. And he tosses it like that. He's like, burp, burp, burp. I don't know. I'm just going to go. So he starts to walk over to the opposite side of the confine. And the zookeepers are like, I don't trust this fool. He's up to something.
Yeah, you can feel it.
You can feel it. They're like, this doesn't stack up. This is weird. So they all eyes are on Ken and they follow him while he goes to the opposite side.
There's some Ken shenanigans happening.
Kenanigans.
Yeah.
And they're like, Ken shenanigans? I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's just Ken.
Yes.
He's just Ken. And they're watching his every move. and he's just like doing whatever, and he's distracting them, and he's looking all innocent, and he's trying to pretend like nothing's going on. And they're so focused on Ken that they fail to notice Ken's new roommate, Vicky.
Oh, Vicky! Oh, woo! I'm here for it, Vicky.
Vicky had been brought in, like I said, as his sexual offering, like one of them. But instead of begging, he just recruited her in the escape plan.
Hell yes. Yes. That is ride or die.
Ride and die.
Or bang, but like mostly
ride and bang. Bang and die, bang and ride and die. I don't know. All of the above.
That's just pretty much like what? Fruit flies? That's what they do. They bang and die.
Bang and die, or praying mantises.
Oh, yeah.
So while Ken was busy distracting the zookeepers on the far side of the enclosure, Vicky picked up the crowbar and tried to pry open the molding between two glass panels.
What? Dude, Vicky, don't give him accomplices. They just handed him an army. Wow.
The glass eventually cracked, making a huge noise.
Oh.
But it held in place, and that's when they noticed. So they were caught red-handed, and everyone's like, oh shit, what were we thinking? And they put Ken and Vicky into solitary confinement after that.
Okay. How did they? That's crazy. Wait, hang on. They figured it out, somehow communicated like, okay, here's my plan, and then here's what you're going to do. And he even did be like, oh yeah, I'm not using the crowbar. I'll throw it. Look at me throwing it. No one's going to use that. Dude, what?
Yep.
Smart.
He knew that by doing the crowbar that would get their attention, and then he walked away from it.
Yeah.
So he's leading them on the entire time.
Yeah. Vicky's like, I just came here to bang, but hey, I'm a Manson girl now.
Yeah. What's her name? Squeaky?
Squeaky Fro, yeah.
Yeah, that's his first Squeaky Fro. He's a cult leader. That's what Ken is. He's just trying to get them to escape.
Yeah. That's his Squeaky From.
That's just the beginning, right? So soon the orangutans took to throwing rocks at the giant glass windows.
Why?
Because they're trying to break it to get out.
No, it's just insane.
And so the keepers tried to institute an exchange program. One non-thrown rock would get you a banana.
What? You can't bribe Ken. You can't bribe Ken.
And they're not interested, so they just kept trying to break the windows.
Mm-hmm.
The park finally had to bring in a contractor to dig up the entire ground floor of the exhibit in order to remove all of the rocks, as each shattered window cost the zoo $900 to replace.
This animal is a freedom fighter. I love him.
100%. And then the orangutans begin to tear up the ceramic insulators off of the wall and then threw those at the windows instead.
Ooh. The joke's on you. You put even more rocks around us somehow.
And then Ken tried to escape for the fourth time, but now through the moat.
Genius. It's like Shawshank.
Yeah, exactly. So he was hip deep in the shallow end when he pressed his feet against one wall and his hands against the other and slowly started to inch his way up.
No way. Like, dude, now, we think we're so smart.
No.
It's just not.
So this is interesting because it confused the shit out of everybody for two reasons. One, first, orangutans are supposed to be intensely hydrophobic, hence the moat in the first place.
Oh, interesting.
But he was like, I don't care. I'm going to go for it anyway. Second, they had no idea that an orangutan could climb like that, like in that specific method.
Like a cartoon character that's climbing over like a pit of alligators. Like, what?
Ken eventually reached the top and was about to get out, but the newly installed electric wires sent his ass flying back into the exhibit.
Oh, so
speaking like a cartoon character.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, too.
Yeah, just.
You can see his skeleton.
Yeah,
can,
just
like
that's the sound it always makes.
Oh yeah.
This kept him in check for a little bit. I think he got real freaked out by getting electrocuted.
Yeah, I would have been like that thing just shocked me.
He's like, he's all shit's gotten.
I didn't see
this is just
coming.
Escalated. Yeah, he's like, I got to figure out how to deal with this. And it was fine and kind of calm until April of 1987. And once again, suddenly, out of nowhere, Ken was spotted outside of his exhibit.
How?
That day, repairs were being made to the moat's water pump, and Ken was just biding his time until the electricity was shut off. How he came to understand that, no one can say for sure.
To this day, they don't know.
They're not sure. They understood that they basically eventually realized that he understood how. It might have been like an audio thing, like he could hear the whirring or something, but like he realized that electricity was the thing that made that thing painful. And I guess maybe like once the sound wasn't there anymore, he was like, okay, cool, now's my time to make a run for it.
Or he just tried it again and it happened to be off.
But I think it's I don't know, considering all this other stuff, like he could tell that the moat was dry, he could tell that there was electricity, he could tell these things. He's smart, dude. This dude knew.
Yeah, he is. This is one of the smartest animals I've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm. Dang. But catching him this time was an even bigger pain in the ass than all the times before, because usually the zookeepers would just bribe him with some bananas to go back, but Ken wasn't having any of that monomeal shit. He was like, no.
I don't want bananas. You want to give me bananas?
No. I want freedom.
Give me freedom. Give me, no, never mind. I had
give me bananas or give me death, or don't give me bananas, or don't give me freedom or give me death. I don't know. I don't have a good one for this.
Give me freedom, but not bananas. I don't know.
Not bananas. And a banana. So it took them over 3 hours to finally get him back into his cage.
Was he just like avoiding them, like another like a cartoon?
Yeah, I think so.
Doing?
I don't think they darted him or anything. I know that that's always an option because they're like he could turn violent at any point, but thankfully he didn't. It might have been a dart. I don't actually remember that from the reading if that's what happened, but I don't think they did.
This is going to be an amazing Kuma tab.
Yeah, that's partially why I decided to choose Ken Allen. I thought he'd be perfect for this.
Oh, we're going to start just picking our tabs based on this.
That's all it goes for.
I forget about Kuma tab every week. And then I remember while I'm talking.
Yes. Like, wait. Every once in a while, halfway through it, I'm like, oh, this is funny. And I'm like, right. Uh-huh. So eventually they get him back to his cage. And you know what happens now? Something even worse.
What?
Ken is now inspiring other orangutans to figure out their own escape plans. He has started a revolution.
He is like, this just explains humans so much. Like, of course we came from a shared ancestor. Like, this is not, we can't be kept.
They're like, if he could do it, so could I.
Vicky's like, that's my boy.
What's my boy? He's like, I did this to inspire others. He's like on a Comic-Con panel talking about like, what made you want to escape the zoo in the first place? Be like, I didn't see enough zoo escaping representation of orangutans when I was growing up. So I decided to become part of the, I wanted to be in the media to be able to do that so that I can inspire others to do it so that nobody else would have to feel like they couldn't escape.
Orangutans, that they too can throw rocks at glass.
And shit at the media as a way to...
Screw all of you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love Ken.
Me too. So in late August of 1987, 9-year-old Kumeng made her first escape from the Heart of the Zoo exhibit. She had been exploring the park for half an hour when visitors were like, this is probably not supposed to be happening, right? This doesn't seem normal that we're just hanging out with an orangutan.
She's just hanging out here. She's here. And they didn't even notice for half an hour?
Here's the thing. San Diego Zoo is huge, right?
I forgot.
It's massive. And this is the 80s. And I don't think there's like CCTV to the extent that there is now. I'm sure now there's like sensors and all kinds of crap about it. But people are too busy, like, I don't know, smoking cigarettes and doing cocaine to like notice this kind of stuff in the 1980s.
You look up and there's an orangutan doing coke with you. You're like,
he's just like all smoking off, smoking meth. Anyway, getting crazy. Because people were smoking all the time in the 80s, as we've mentioned before. Oh, yeah. Just caked in tar.
Caked in smoke smell. It just,
everywhere.
Everyone's want to like catch a whiff of it. I'm like,
brings me back.
Like,
takes me back to my childhood.
Like fabric that smells like kind of faintly like smoke.
Yeah, like, cars. That's my favorite. The cars that smell like cigarettes.
What it is like, yep, gross.
So Kumeng's hanging out. All the visitors are like, this is cool, but I feel like maybe somebody was lame and they told like one of the zookeepers that like, oh, by the way, there's an orangutan running around. This is probably not supposed to happen. Yeah, bootlicker, exactly. But even with Kumeng, the zookeepers were even more confused because they're like, how did she get out? And this is real. So they hired professional rock climbers for consultation.
No way.
They brought them in.
Imagine being that rock climber being like, okay, I will go test the gorilla enclosure or the orangutan enclosure to see, like stress test the enclosure. Amazing.
That's basically what they did.
Dude, if I've been amazing.
Climbers inspected the walls looking for hidden crevices and like ways. They were basically just like trying to come up with as crazy as ways as they could to actually get out of that enclosure. And because they didn't want those damn tangs watching and taking notes, they hid them all in the basement because they're like, they can't watch because if they watch, they're going to figure it out.
Learn.
But did this stop them?
No, of course not.
No, it didn't.
Did they ever find any ways out? Did any of the rock climbers get out?
I'm not sure. I think that they did figure out like little things, and they did fix it over. They did sort of adjust it.
Okay.
I don't know if they found the specific way that she had gotten out. But Kumang, on the other hand, she would escape 2 additional times from the exhibit.
Love her.
One day after the other.
What? She's like, I'm not even waiting anymore. I'm just doing this again. I want that Coke. That's so funny.
And both times she had to be darted to sleep. And this time, this is crazy. They were able to figure out how she escaped. A trainer explained to the local reporters, quote, "She has learned how to ground the hot wire. She'll take sticks and pieces of wood and lean them up against the wire so that it is grounded. Then she pulls herself up by using the porcelain insulators on the wire as handholds."
What? What? No, dude. No. I don't. How are we alive?
I don't know. What's funny is even the trainers were like, I don't think I could have figured that out.
No. Like what? So I mean, if they weren't solitary animals, I wonder how much further along they'd be in their because you bring them together, they all learn from each other. Like, what if they were always together?
You could have changed the evolutionary tract of orangutans just by keeping them in captivity together. It just backfired the entire time.
Right. And I, for one, am ready for our first orangutan president.
Me too. Also, listen, orangutans are cool, all right? Don't diss them. They're awesome.
You've changed my mind.
They're smart. They're very clever.
I'm going to be completely honest. You've changed my mind.
Good. Yeah. Also, it's a testament to solitude versus having a community. When you have a community, you get creative. You come up with fun stuff to do.
You all help each other. Again, RFK, this is why you shouldn't put any of us neurodivergents in one place together. We'll ruin you.
That actually is kind of what this feels like. It's like...
you can't put me in a camp with a bunch of other me's, okay? I mean, you can.
Ill-advised. Don't do it. So anyway, again, the San Diego Zoo had to remodel everything in the enclosure, spending upwards of $45,000 to make this shit like Alcatraz. Walls were made taller and smoother. Every corner was rounded. The existing hot wiring was ripped out and replaced with a more advanced system, and stronger doors were installed.
Wow. Okay.
And in February of 1989, the exhibit was at long last completed, but this wasn't the last of the orangutan escapes.
No way.
It kept happening.
Are you kidding?
No, it had to happen a couple more times. I don't know at this point.
That's insane.
But at this point, Ken Allen, his escaping rascally whatever days were behind him.
Vicky comes in with a helicopter.
Yeah.
She's like, get in, Ken.
But he just kind of mellowed out, and he just was like, I'm done with all of that, whatever. And he retired and he lived in the San Diego Zoo for the remainder of his life until he passed away on December 1st, 2000. Ken Allen had developed B-cell lymphoma, and he had to be euthanized, sadly. He was 29 years old.
Rest in pieces. No, sorry.
Rest in power.
Rest in piss. Sorry, hang on. I'm so used to saying rest in piss. I can't say rest in peace. Rest in peace, Ken.
Rest in power. Absolute icon. And hold on, I'm going to show you. I'm going to send you something that's amazing that I know you will love. So open the link and hit pause, and then we're going to just do a live watch of it because it's pretty awesome.
That song was incredible. He's got a theme song. Is that on Spotify?
I didn't actually look on Spotify. I mean, it's definitely on YouTube, but I didn't think to see if it was on Spotify. Some more. So I tried to find free Ken Allen t-shirts that were from the 80s. There's like basic ones that I think that people are making now more recently. Okay. But listen, that might be something that we could make as part of the as the podcast merch. I thought it would be a fun thing because I've been drawing Ken Allen stuff anyway all day.
Have you?
That might be. I've been drawing a lot of orangutans, so I'm like, that might be something I put into it. But anyway, I just loved Ken Allen. One last thing that I thought was interesting is that orangutan comes from the Malay language orang hutan, meaning person of the forest.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I've never. That word is always so weird to me because I grew up thinking it was orangutan. And it's not. It's orangutan, right? It's orangutan?
Orangutan.
Orangutan. That's dope.
Yeah, person of the forest. So that is my tab on Ken Allen, our boy.
Icon. I love him. I will follow him into battle.
I will follow Ken Allen into battle.
I'll do anything he wants. I'll throw rocks at anything.
I'll throw shit at anything.
Well, you don't have to be asked to do that. Okay.
Anyway, that's my tab on Ken Allen, our boy. Our hero, our king, our escape king. Thank you for listening to that. Salute to Ken Allen.
I would love to see what he and Nadine could do together. He and Michelle.
Oh, yeah. I think he would be great.
that?
He would just jump on top of that helicopter real easily and just flip around. He'd be able to fly it. I feel like he's smart enough to do it.
I think he could fly it. I think you know what? I think he
so
could
too.
actually do almost anything we could do.
Did we ever try to give a helicopter to an orangutan and see if he could fly it? I don't know.
Not yet.
We should. We won't know until we try.
That scene to him just flying it into the side of a building. It's just not good. Just crashing it.
Immediately dead.
Well, that wasn't a good idea. All right. Well,
Ken Allen's our boy. Anyway, before we go on to your tab, just a reminder, please, if you have not yet done so, go ahead and sign up for our Patreon. Yeah. We have fun exclusives. I think there's a couple things in this episode that we probably had to cut for time that will be there that you can watch. And additionally, we have a YouTube channel that we are looking for subscribers. Also, if you know somebody that likes orangutans or escape artists or San Diego, send them this tab, please.
Do it. And if you know, if what was I say? If you want to see me react to 3 separate Guns N' Roses music videos, head on over to that Patreon. They're each 10 minutes long. That's 30 minutes of extra bonus stuff.
Yeah, but it was fun. Anyway.
Arguably too long. Yeah.
Arguably too long. So that's my tab. What do you got for us this week, Hannah?
Well, this one's interesting. I've had this tab open from to the very beginning of this podcast.
Yeah, you said you've had this one open for like a year or something when I was texting
more
you
than
last
a
night.
year. It's been more than the podcast. So,
whoa.
This is one that I don't know how I've never done it. I've started it like 6 times. I've almost done it like 6 times, and it just never ended up feeling right. And I was gonna save it for like a mini tab, and then I was like, I've started it enough times that I could probably just like finally do it. Yeah. And we're at the point in this show where things are kind of fitting neatly into timelines and linking to other stories. And so when we started the show, this had no connection to anything. And now that I've looked back on it, it actually has connections to a lot of other episodes. So this one calls back to not only the Volga Viking episode back in season 1, like I want to say like episode 11, where those
was it that early?
It was early. It was like Ahmad ibn Fadlan, who wrote all about the Viking, the Russian, the Rus, the Rus Vikings that lived along the Volga River in Russia in 900. And it also does a little bit of like dips its toe into a little bit like Pompeii graffiti episode. So there's a lot of and alphabets too. Secundus and all like written alphabets and like interesting. Anyway, up my alley.
Thorn, is that the Thorn episode? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, Thorn episode. But this is the story of an archaeological finding that they discovered in 1950 in Novgorod, Russia. And it was this huge treasure trove of birch bark manuscripts, or in Russian, grammaty. I think that's how you pronounce it. In and around the city of Novgorod, Russia. So ranging from the 1100s to the 1400s. So this is 200 years after those Vikings were all,
being disgusting.
Being repulsive. Foul. Yeah. And birch bark paper was used by commoners at the time as sort of like a scrap or note paper, or like students would use it because you could pull
Post-it.
Kind of, yeah.
That's the Lisa Frank notebook of their day.
Mine's birch bark. And what is yours? Yeah. Papyrus.
It's a neon pink, like like neon colors. It's like this is my interpretation of Valhalla by Lisa Frank. It's great.
And this is the table I'm going to sit at with Thor after I defeat you in battle. Or with Odin. Dude, Lisa Frank Valhalla?
That sounds awesome.
That's an incredible...
Untapped market.
That just like made me speechless.
Lisa Frank, like the style of Lisa Frank, but all these typically kind of like duty, broy things.
Like with like the Odin,
I'm
like
just
the hammer.
spitting out genius ideas. You got orangutan massage, dentist and haircutting, and gorilla massage at the same time, and Lisa Frank landscapes, or like Lisa Frank death. Yeah.
Yeah. Like the world
Lisa
tree,
Frank Warrior series. Yeah.
Loki being like tied. What was it? He's like bound for like million years by like brightly colored Lisa Frank.
I don't know. I'm not white. I didn't follow those. I don't know.
Oh, sorry. It's in me. You don't read? That's sucks.
Sorry, I don't have a fascination with white things.
Well, you're missing out because the Vikings have some weird stuff.
No, I know. I'm kidding. Of course I did. That's all I know are white things.
Yeah, you like
That's
heavy
all we've
metal.
been exposed to.
That's all it is.
Yeah, it's true.
You've been forced to know all of this.
I've been forced to know all of it. It's true.
It's okay. So birch trees are everywhere, first of all around Novgorod,
Okay.
Russia, and all through like this area of Asia and Europe. So what you would do is like detach the bark from the tree, and then on the inside it was super soft, so you could take like a stylus and you could write in it, and it
A
was really like
stylus. They
yeah,
had
well
those.
that's what it comes from. You yeah, they had an iPad,
Yeah.
a Palm
They're like,
Pilot.
damn it, this one's not compatible with this tree. I have a 3 and I need to be using a 2. I have to upgrade every time. It's really annoying. Ugh,
Thousands of dollars.
so
It's a
expensive.
huge scam, and we all just do it.
Yep,
Look,
we don't
I
have a
want to go back
choice.
to the old birch bark days where I didn't have to buy new birch bark. Anyway, point is this birch bark was super easy to get off the tree, and it was super cheap, and it was super easy to use. So it was also really like durable. And so
Okay.
when you were done with all your birch bark manuscripts, and you just chuck them out back in the garbage, which was just a landfill. And
Perfect.
they you know,
Straight into your bag. Straight into your bag, because you're like, that's all I ever want is garbage.
It's true. I love trash. I genuinely mean that.
I know you do.
This is amazing garbage. So this was what, 800 years ago?
I can't do
800-year-old
math.
trash. I don't either. He can't. I can't either. I can't do math. Okay, so Novgorod, it means new town in Russian, right? And it's one of the
Okay.
oldest cities in Russia. And it was within the Kievan Rus society, which partly had been settled hundreds of years before by the Volga Vikings. And later it went on to become its own republic and move through different like empires. And it's notable for its like super clay rich soil that's like
Cool.
has no oxygen in it. So, sort of like a bog where you bury stuff.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. You bury stuff and it sticks around and it's like in perfect condition. So in the 50s,
cool.
when they were digging around and stuff in there, and they're like, whoa, this is actually awesome, because this city's been continuously inhabited for like thousands of years, 8,000 years. And so there was never a chance to dig around, and then there's just layers of history. So they find these birch barks, and some of them are really funny. Some of them are like a shopping list, or like a letter. Like some guy was...
The other thing is just funny to think of a shopping list. I never thought of a historical shopping list that someone would write that down. That's funny.
Tons. They're like, this is how much bread we need for the next month.
Yeah.
Or there
Eggs.
was, no, seriously. It was like, there was inventory lists, business disputes, wills, spells and curses, tax returns.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And so they found all this stuff. And one of them was like... It was like this guy who had written to his wife, and he was away at war, and he was like, send me a shirt, a towel, trousers, reins, and for my sister, send fabric. And the note ended, and he signed it, if I'm alive, I'll pay for it. So pretty much like, I need all these things, and if I live through this, I'll pay you back.
I'll pay you back.
Another one was like love letters, proposing to somebody. But the subject of today's tab, and the one that I actually only really care about this, is that they found 12 child's drawings.
Whoa.
Signed with a child's name. And this kid is named Onfim. Okay? We got Onfim. And
Onfim.
So among these hundreds of manuscripts, they find these kids' drawings. And these are, I just feel so connected to humanity looking at these, because let me just show you this first one. Okay, so
yeah, let's see.
These are his school notes. Okay, so this one is
whoa.
So
I mean, it literally looks like something you would find in like a first grader's notebook right now. It's funny that we would all draw the same forever.
Thing. So tell me what you think it looks like.
It looks like somebody riding a horse that's like stringing somebody along who has fork hands.
They all have fork hands, by the way. Onfim's amazing fork hand style is my favorite part of this.
Yeah. It's either that or he's standing on a table with like a rocket. But I think it's like a horse and he's pulling something.
Yeah. So
and it's like somebody who's dead.
Definitely. So up in the top
and it's
right
a bunch
corner,
of writing. Yeah.
Top right corner, he has started writing the Cyrillic alphabet, but he only gets to like letter number 10 before he gets bored and decides to draw himself on a horse with a sword.
Yeah.
Trampling another dude. So
hell yes.
Look at his nose, the way he writes his nose.
Love this kid.
And then next to it, he writes his name, Onfim, and it kind of like labeling it like, this is me, and I'm on a horse, and I'm going to be a warrior.
Yeah.
For one thing, they realized is that, kids could write, because like they did like a an analysis on how a kid art historian, which there are those apparently.
Kid art historian,
A
meaning like an
child,
art historian who focus like a child historian.
we forced them to go to college and learn about other kids.
Some kids had to go work in the mines when they were 7. Others had to become art historians. It was rough. Thankfully, we've ended that barbaric practice of making them get PhDs before they've even hit puberty.
Child labor. So people who like specialize in like historic children's art, which
that's a fun job, actually. That sounds cool.
So fun.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Because you have to interpret it in a way that's like the way a child would see the world. Like Onfim is 7. So what is this telling us about what he's seeing from a child's point of view? And at the time, a lot of the men would grow up and go fight and go to war. And Onfim is sitting there trying to learn the alphabet, being like, I just want to get on a horse and go kill people.
I just want to kill people. I don't have time for this. Yeah.
Yeah. And a little bit like, it's a little ADHD coded in my mind, where it's just like, he's like, I'm so bored. And so here's another one. Okay. This one is, I realize now this is a very visual thing, but just, I don't care. Go to look at the YouTube. Go
subscribe to the YouTube.
So this one is on the bottom of a basket. So he had like repurposed, because a lot of times they would take these birch bark things, and when they were done with them, like using them as a basket.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. They would just repurpose them as like scrap paper and doodle on them. So this one is one of my favorites because...
You know what this kind of looks like? It looks like when you take your like penny to Disneyland and then they flatten it and like put some sort of like emblem in the middle of it, and it's got like all the dots around it, like a border.
The dots are the stitch marks from when they sewed up the basket. And so his parents must have been like, we're done with this basket. And he's like, dope. This is just paper. He writes. So this was kind of hard to see, but the writing, it almost looks like a speech bubble, right?
Yeah.
I think it might be.
And then another horse or something?
Yeah. So he says, he wrote in it, I am a wild beast.
Yeah. This is like where the wild things are or something.
I know. It's like a medieval where the wild things are.
Max. Yeah.
And if you can see the beast, it has like a curly little tail. And if you look up top, you can see fire coming out of its tiny little head.
Oh, I thought he had like a piece, like a thing of wheat, like a buckwheat.
It looks like that.
I thought. Yeah, but fire makes more sense.
The way the beast's legs are such a kid thing. Like how they're 100%. Facing backwards and they just look like little hoofs. And the sign, there's a sign attached. Oh, sorry. I messed up. It says I'm a beast underneath that little, like what looks like a little sign or a banner attached to the beast. This was for his friend because that little banner says greetings from Onfim to Danilo. So
nice.
he was
Bro, he's even making art for his friends.
Dude, that's all I did as a kid. I was just like, I know what I'm going to do. Make someone laugh. Like
salad, bro.
So he sends this to I think he just gave this to Danilo, his friend, or something, and like, check it out. I'm a beast. Like that's just the most like a little boy thing. And let's see, this one is, this is when he drew his parents. Okay. So this one, so the thing that I love about him.
Whoa, the comb hands again.
The comb hand. They look like forks or spades or like, I'm assuming that the one with boobs is his mom, the one on the right. And he writes my mom and dad. So that's what those words on the left say. And you can kind of see the birch bark. You can see where the wood is. And how it's kind of like flattened
you see the grain
out.
of it. It's interesting.
Yeah. But I love the eyebrows. What I love about this is the eyebrows he gives it. And yeah. Let me see. And then of course, there's a bunch of basic ones where he's just practicing his spelling. This one says, so he's bored in school again, right? And he has been copying down up top, which what they say is like part of like the Lord's Prayer or some like religious scripture. And he's literally halfway through it before he writes this new thing that says, Lord, help your servant Onfim, which if you can kind of see, it looks like he's like battling, like Onfim himself is battling like a dude with like snake arms.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I was going to say.
Oh, this is fully visual. I'm sorry, everybody. You know what? Now that I think
about it. The design at work is interesting, though. It's like, he definitely has like a sense of shape and like how graphics can be played. There's a sense of design.
Yeah, there is. He's an artist. Like it feels like an artist, like a very deliberate. Just this 7-year-old kid just being like, yeah, I don't want to be here. I want to be slaying a guy with snake arms. Like 800 years later, I think kids are still doing that.
Listen, if he had done this like 20 by 10, like in paints. It could be like, oh, this guy's just a knockoff of Jean-Michel Basquiat or something.
There is a Basquiat vibe to it, right?
Yeah.
And there was this one, this is one of my favorite ones. He again gets bored copying down scripture, and
as one does.
And this one is so cute. I love how he starts copying scripture, and then gets bored, ends the sentence, and just starts drawing a bunch of like pitchfork hand men that look like they're in an army.
Are those the men or the ladies? Because the shape looks more like how his mother was in the other one with the boobies.
Oh, you're right. They look like they have
I think
boobs.
that's a bunch of ladies.
Oh, Onfim.
That would be my guess based on like context clues of the other pieces.
Oh, you're right. I just like the eyebrows and the noses. Yeah, I realize now why I never did this one, because it's extremely 100% visual, but whatever, I'm in too deep. So, so he says that's like part of a scripture, and then there's like literally no punctuation that says he ended it. He just stopped in the middle of it and just started drawing.
What is the thing on the far right?
That's somebody's note, I think, from the original.
I was going to say, because that looks really nice. I was like, I don't think that's his.
That's modern Cyrillic text.
So just for everybody who's not able to watch this, it's like it's 2 rows of letters on the top. Yeah. That are very, again, they don't look bad the way that he's written them. Like he's got a good sense of penmanship. And then below it is 7 people who are all kneeling, in which I think that they're women, based on what you're saying in terms of like, unless there's the other option, which is the dude, what you called boobs, and the one about his mom and his dad, that could be like the warrior body or something. Maybe it's armor, maybe
like buff, like shoulders kind of thing.
Yeah, it could be something like that. It depends. And then the whole thing is sort of framed in this thing that looks like the state of Kentucky or something. It's like drawn all around it.
I think that's the edge of the birch bark.
That's interesting.
So these are, yeah. Dude, okay, are you ready for his self-portrait?
Oh, yes.
Okay, look at the top left of this.
Whoa, he's got crazy eyes.
Look at that, I'm obsessed with that. These are all of his battle scenes that he's drawn on his homework.
It's amazing.
Yeah, so
he's doing sequential art.
That's exactly what it is, dude. It looks like it's like, look up there on the top right. There's like a horse, and these other guys are following it.
He's got perspective too. He's got like the big horse in the front, and then the other horse in the background that's showing distance.
Do you see the horse in the bottom left? It's jumping over like what looks like a corpse, like a battlefield. And there's the arrow. Well, it looks like someone's shooting arrows at this other guy who's also like jumping over another body, I think.
I think this is him and his best friend going on a horse ride to go kill a bunch of people.
I think you're right. I think it's him and Danilo.
Because that would make sense. Because there's 2 people. So the first, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 frames.
Yeah.
The first one's a square in the top left, and it's the guy whose face is closer to camera, and then there's another guy in the back like holding his hands up, almost like he's hyping him up. He almost looks like he's looking at like, what are you looking at, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it looks like a music video, like a rap.
It does. You're right, like an old like 90s like hip-hop video of some sort. Yeah, where the camera used to be on the ground and they would look, they would kneel down to look into it,
because these are all separate pieces of birch bark, but they do actually look like a story.
Oh, like they're not all in the same piece. I see.
No, so the alley, but like they were all found together. So
interesting, yeah. And then the second one is like there's a big horse in the foreground.
It's like a tandem horse.
It's a tandem horse, exactly. And then there's another. So then there's a third dude in the background who might be their friend.
I mean, what else? I'm sure it's that.
And then the third panel is like another square, and it looks like one guy who's in charge of 2 horses.
It looks like he's leading 2 horses. Like whoever was on the other one is now gone.
And then the third panel is them killing everybody, which is a lot of fun.
Look at the movement of his hand in the last panel, and how it looks like it's waving in the wind behind him. Like there's like movement to it.
And there's dots coming behind him. Is that supposed to be blood, you think?
I think, to me, it looks like arrows, but it could, and here's the thing, like, we don't really know. Like, the people who are researching this are still trying to be like, well, what could, let's figure out what a kid would draw.
The other thing that's interesting, too, is if you look at both horses, they have the sideways person below them.
Yeah,
do you notice that?
That's about. I think they're crushing a person.
Is that them like trampling people?
Trampling, because I think back then it was like that kind of warfare was really brutal in that way, where it was like, you think about like Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones, where it was just like smashing up against each other, absolutely
mashing them.
Instead of mashing it, you're mashing it, Gail. Where it's like if you're off your horse, you're getting trampled. Like the battlefield is just you running over crushed bodies. I'm pretty sure. Like if I remember correctly when I was reading about warfare from this time, which I have done, but it was that really nasty pre knights in armor kind of vibe, you know, where it's
not
like
the sophisticated drone warfare now where we just bomb people at
where
weddings.
we just use a computer to kill civilians.
Yeah. Faceless war where we don't actually ever confront the people whose lives that we're taking.
A video game. And we get to watch it. # blessed. So people point out that Onfim is like from these art historians who actually study these and study modern day children's stuff. They're like, this is literally no different, like no different from what a regular kid would draw. And like, I'm looking at my kid's artwork. And I'm like, this is exactly like my kid is always like, look at this car. I drew it with 1 billion wheels because he's obsessed with cars. He sees a lot of cars because he lives in a suburban neighborhood. So it's like, how do people interact with cars? And it's like, this is all his kid sees is all the men he wants to grow up to be are getting on these horses with their weapons and their friends. He sees like this battle, like these battle friends, you know, because you bond with your comrades and it's all shown through this. It's like him and Danilo and whoever else it is. It's like, we're going to grow up and we're going to be warriors and we're going to trample the enemy. It's fascinating to me, dude.
Yeah. Those are probably all the stories he's hearing too about like his uncles and his whoever like that have gone to war.
And now this one is some soldiers. Okay. I'm sending you another one. I'm not quite sure.
Soldiery.
I couldn't quite figure out what this was.
Whoa.
And I couldn't find any, maybe I didn't look hard enough, but this one looks like 2 clowns like holding tacos.
No, you know what I think it is? I think that's him apprenticing under a soldier.
Oh, shoot. I think you're right.
I think that's like a grown soldier. And then that's him being like, oh, I will, or maybe like him and his dad or something or whoever.
Because it's like that's what kids draw.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm just like my dad who's a soldier. And my dad has a ladybug for some reason in his hand, which I don't think that's what it is. I also have a ladybug.
And a piece of poop. Oh, they're the gorilla. They're orangutans.
They're orangutans.
But I
love the comb hands. That cracks me up.
The way that they were able, I know, me too. My favorite part is the little weird comb hands, like the rake hands. Because I could just picture some kid with like a little like just kind of carving this into his homework. Because I have a 7-year-old and this is literally all she does. It's just draw insane stuff. But I was reading about this. Part of it was like, so this child. I want to read more about like art historians for children's artwork because
that sounds really cool. I'm fascinated by that.
They interpret it by like, because kids will generally draw the most important thing in their life at that moment, the biggest.
Yeah.
So like you see these things are like, his dad at the one of his parents, which I think is his dad and his mom. I don't know. It could be his mom could be the one. I don't know which one's which now that we are like talking about maybe the boobs being shoulders, who knows? But the bigger one is the one he looks up to more and then he is more central in his life. And I've seen this with my own kids' drawings where like my daughter, when my son was born, she would draw him really tiny and in the background because she was like, whoa, I don't want this guy here. And so she would put me really large because I was giving this baby a bunch of attention. And she was kind of like, mom's the one right now. And then now it's way more equal. And it all kind of depends on like how the kid sees themselves in the world. Mm-hmm. So they're able to kind of infer like what was Onfim most excited for. And as a young boy, it was probably going to war. And
or again, counterpoint, it could just be that his mom is the one that's there all the time, which is why she would have been bigger in that piece. And then his dad was absent at war. And he's like, oh, yeah, he's kind of the afterthought. Because it's also over the course of a period of time, I assume. Yeah.
No, this was all within the year 1260. They figured out.
Oh, I see.
He was kind of the same age the whole time. Anyway, that's kind of, this is kind of a vague tab, I realize, but I was just so deeply obsessed with the idea of like a 7-year-old drawing the exact same things they've always drawn. And I don't have to be done yet. I have more. What am I thinking? Let's see this one. I don't know what this one is, but it's also really fascinating and cute.
Oh, whoa, this person's tall. Long legs.
So they're all labeled. So I'm looking at Onfim 210 right now.
Onfim 210. Yeah, a very tall person whose arm, it's interesting. It's like his left arm of the person goes to the edge of the page and then wraps around on the other side and comes back.
What it looks like
he's holding his own hand from the other side.
Yeah, or people say that it's like, of course, why am I
somebody getting pulled out of something? I don't know.
It looks like, no, like it's just like a part of, I think maybe it was part of like a part of another story, and that's all they have left. So like, it's like, because some people were saying like these are like sequential art. Yeah. I always look at things as sequential art because I think kids actually do see the world that way. And a lot of my childhood drawings were sequential and bonkers. And
not your normcore ass shit that you do now.
I know, I'm so boring. And then he also just did a bunch of like writing. Let me show you the writing. It looks good. Like he's been good. He's good at it. He learned to write. This is in a museum in Russia. I think it's so cool to see the birch bark, you know?
Whoa, that's cool. Yeah, to actually see it.
Yeah, it looks like a tree. And I just love anything that's buried in the ground. But shout out to Onfim. I love him.
Onfim.
He's the only thing we know. And the weird thing is that they find children's writings all over the place. Like Pompeii has a bunch. Yeah. And also there's like these Egyptian kids who would like make fun of each other on their homework that I wanted to talk about and show, but I can say that for a different episode. But all through history, it's just like kids being kids. And my favorite instance is these caves in caves in Spain, similar to the Lascaux caves in France, you know? Mm-hmm. And there's an entirely separate room for just the kids' art. Because
really?
The adults, because I can see that, like the adults are like, oh, we're working on this stuff. You guys go into that place and you draw on that wall.
That's so cool. I want to see that wall.
Here, let me show you the pictures of that. I have the
Yeah.
This is so cute, dude. Okay.
The kids' table has existed for eons.
Exactly.
Here's this shitty little canvas you can draw on while I'm doing it on the fancy big one.
Exactly. So there's this page. Here it is. There's this inside this cave where at the very bottom, like kid height, is a bunch of handprints that they were probably just like, here's some
That's
paint. Cute. Leave us alone.
Draw a turkey.
Yeah. And here, right here. I think there was one that was, of course. Why did I got so obsessed with Onfim that I didn't even save this. Classic Hannah.
It's okay. It's not a big deal. We can show it later. It's not
No, it's actually really cute. Hold on. Here we go. Here's a kid's drawing of a little horse. And they can tell because it has like the same kind of like harsh markings that a kid would do. Oh, yeah. Isn't that cool? Like the tiny little
it's a pretty good looking horse. The proportions are correct.
I mean, they got to watch their parents do this all day.
Yeah. That's better than most kids, like now, most adults know how to draw a horse. It's hard to draw a horse.
Oh, the caves are called Las Monedas. So you can watch some. Oh, this one. This is so cute. Dude. Oh, I got them. Oh, okay, here's the thing. The kids is on top and the bottom is the adult one.
Okay. That makes more sense.
That's more sense. Yeah.
I was like, that's a pretty sophisticated looking horse. Yeah. But the kids' drawings on the top one is a lot more scratches and circles and it's abstract.
And it's all down at like 3 feet while the adults are all up top. And it's cute because it's just like, we've always been this way and it's adorable. And I just felt seen, you know, like, as a kid who drew all the time and was told to just go draw and stop bothering everyone. Like,
I know that. I know that feel, as the kids would say.
Anyway, that's my weird disjointed tab that's mostly
What's his
visual.
Name again?
Onfim.
Onfim. Shout out to Onfim, wherever you are in the afterworld in Valhalla. I assume probably not. No,
Lisa Frank Valhalla. No, he was a Viking.
Lisa Frank Valhalla.
He was it's modern day Belarus and Ukraine, but at the time it was a lot of Viking or like Swedish and Viking and migration. So he was probably like, I don't know, it was 300
Viking
years
adjacent.
After. Viking adjacent or like at least a little bit part of it. But
okay. Wherever you are, I hope you're
Salute,
having
Onfim.
Salute. I hope you're trampling people to death with the horses in your best. What was his best friend's name?
Danilo.
I hope you and Danilo are trampling people left and right.
Me too. Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, let's move on. Now it's time to close our tabs. What do you got? What do you think we should do?
I think that we should do some rock hitting a glass window and breaking.
Okay. Or getting electrocuted also is kind of fun too.
Yeah.
You want to do that one?
Yeah,
and
let's
then
do
catches fire. All right, we want to count us down?
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, moving on to listener emails. First up is Jenna with a voice memo.
Oh.
It's a little bit on the long side, so we might end up cutting into it, but I figured we'll just listen to it anyway for the sake of the recording.
Ready?
Let me know when you're ready to open. Okay.
I'm ready.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Hi, Kaveh, Hannah, and Alyssa. I'm Jenna, and I'm a holdover from musical splaining. I'm therefore a longtime listener and second-time emailer, but I figured I'd give the whole voice memo thing a whirl. I'm also a hardcore DC Comics girly and actually wrote about it for CBR, where Kaveh's recent tab was from, for a little under a year.
Fancy.
So I wanted to answer Hannah's question about the relationship between Batman and Robin. As it turns out, the myth of Batman and Robin secretly being gay lovers derives from a moral panic about comic books in the 1950s. The whole story is fascinating, but to keep this brief-ish, I'm leaving some things out. In fact, fact, the dynamic duo itself originated as so many comic book staples do, as a marketing gimmick. Batman was introduced in 1939, Dick Grayson was introduced shortly thereafter as Bruce Wayne's ward, and Grayson became the first Robin, a sidekick character designed to bring levity to intense scenarios, but more importantly to be a character in whom comic books' disproportionately young readership could readily see themselves. Robin was so effective as a kid stand-in that virtually every other major superhero originating in the golden age of comics, as it's called, had a kid sidekick. Even Superman ended up taking on Jimmy Olsen, who came up in your episode, as his resident kid character. True to form, though, the American right decided after the Second World War to drum up all of America's anxieties and channel them into the moral panic of the day. Their target? Juvenile delinquency. Why were so many kids ditching school and smoking grass? Surely it wasn't that children were behaving in developmentally appropriate ways and adults decided to legislate about it. No. The real culprit was comic books. The most notorious and influential of this pearl-clutching literature was forensic psychiatrist Frederick Wertham's 1954 book, Seduction of the Innocent. The tab I submit to you is called Comic Books, Dr. Wertham and the Villains of Forensic Psychiatry, which covers the not-so-good doctor and his magnum opus, which essentially stated that comic books were directly responsible for juvenile delinquency and used shoddy research to back it up. Even though the gratuitously violent and racy content that Wertham railed against was primarily featured in crime and horror comic books, not superhero comics, DC's three flagship characters, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman, all get name-checked in this goddamn book, including, for the latter, the accusation that Batman and Robin are fucking, a rumor that still persists. It's unclear to me if the implication here is that this is bad because it's gay, or this is bad because it's statutory, but I'm operating under the assumption it's the former, since moral panics really like to pick on LGBT plus people. Now, Wertham himself is a fascinating figure. His other better research actually contributed to the Supreme Court overturning school segregation with Brown v. Board of Education, and is therefore a glaring reminder that people contain multitudes. Nonetheless, the censorship and scrutiny on comic books for which Wertham is largely responsible almost killed the industry. Seduction of the Innocent is arguably the entity that brought the Golden Age to a screeching halt and forced the conformity and moralizing tone for which the Silver Age is remembered. And to this day, forensic psychiatrists are portrayed negatively in the vast majority of comic books. Now, in fairness, even when evaluated on its merits, the relationship between Batman and Robin in every medium that I have witnessed it is pretty toxic. This is in no small part because even the most generous reading of Batman I can muster is still, men will do anything and everything instead of going to therapy, the irony of which is not lost on me. So I find Batman extremely played out, though he continues to be DC's best-selling line month after month. However, I love the extended Bat family, and I did want to shout out some of its actually queer members. Kate Kane, who is both Bruce Wayne's cousin and Batwoman, famously came out as lesbian in 2011. Disabled icon Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl and Oracle, and my favorite character ever, is best friends with one Alicia Yeoh. Yeoh is a trans woman, and hers was the first trans wedding portrayed in a mainstream comic book, specifically Batgirls. And last but certainly not least, Tim Drake, who is the third Robin and the best one, IMO. I'm obsessed with all of them though, not gonna lie. Came out as bi a couple years ago. He is living it up with his boyfriend Bernard. Thanks for making a podcast that reminds me neurodivergence can be fun actually, not just a burden. I cannot remember where I put my keys, but I can tell you the states in which fictional cities like Gotham and Metropolis are located. It would make me very happy and admittedly a little uncomfortable if you would allow me the following shameless self-promotion. Please check out my Linktree, which is linktree/Jenna Margolis, JennaMargolis. You can access my old CBR articles, most of which I still stand by, and the links to some upcoming projects that cover the very topics that I just blabbed about for several minutes. Thanks for indulging me. Okay, bye.
Interesting.
Amazing.
Okay, that makes sense because right after World War II, everyone was freaking out about gay people.
Yeah.
And I still like I don't know. I think we should own it.
Right after World War II. Before that, they were super accepting.
Yeah.
It was something about World War II changed it.
Okay, but extra. Like the
Extra,
scare. They're like, yeah, I think I should have been more upset that there was like a child being forced to like be his sidekick. Well, never mind. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. Fascinating. Thank you, Jenna. I've heard your name
Jenna,
somewhere.
wonderful. Thank you.
I don't know if it's because I read the email, but yeah. Thank you, Jenna. That was awesome.
Amazing. Thank you for such a thorough explanation too. It's wonderful. It's like I don't even have to read a tab anymore. I'm like, there we go. I got all the information.
New co-host.
Yeah, right. I can finally get fired from the show, which is what you've been trying to do forever.
I've been trying to push him out. Yeah, no. This is
awesome.
from...
All right.
We're going on to the next email. And this is coming in from Jay Darkwing from the Discord. And they sent an article called The Trashiest Enigma, Alex Jordan and the House on the Rock. And it's all about this place in Wisconsin that I went and looked at it. And it's like this insane like carnival of things. It's just you go there and it's just bizarro stuff. So they go on to say one of the first times I read about the subject of this tab was in a book by a since canceled author. So I'm hesitant to recommend it. But was a modern fantasy that used the carousel at the House on the Rock as a sort of transportation from between mundane reality and the otherworldly realms of gods and creatures of myth. That probably sounds exaggerated for the novel, but it is in fact the world's largest indoor carousel, and it looks like this. And if you're in the document, can you see that?
Yeah.
So it's gigantic. If you look up close to the tiny little people,
ornate.
It's gaudy. And so this place I went and looked, it's like, it has the most absurd, like there's like a doll section with like creepy dolls and houses, and there's like this the tons of like mirrors, like, you know, those mirror houses or whatever. There's a bunch of that.
House of mirrors.
Whatever, dude. I don't care about
mirror houses.
Yeah,
it's funny because it's not crazy what you said. It just sounds so much more insane when you say mirror houses as opposed to house of mirrors. It sounds
nuts. What kind of house would have a carousel like this? It turns out the house isn't so much a residence as it is a crazed fever dream amalgamation of fancy and improbable architecture built to either pay homage or to spite Frank Lloyd Wright.
Spite.
Whose Taliesin is less than 7 miles away, which is where his like house he built himself, and also is a Welsh word. A warehouse full of crazy stuff, East Asian inspired gardens, and whatever, dude, and sculptures, and a tourist trap that is entirely worth the visit. It's got this insane assortment of historical artifacts, scrimshaw, dolls and miniatures, mechanical orchestras, and even a huge 3D diorama depicting a fight between a life-size giant octopus and a whale.
Whoa.
And there's a picture of that, too.
Holy shit. That thing is... Wait, what is that? That's the whale?
The whale, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Apparently they used to have a lot of labels for the historical artifacts like you'd find at the museum, but then somebody found out that some of the items were forgeries or fakes. Instead of removing the forgeries, they just removed the labels, figuring that people weren't really coming for a museum experience.
You know who that sounds like is Meta.
Yeah, it
Instead
does.
of removing the fake news, they just took off the labels as to what's fake news.
Yep. Let us figure it out. We could be trusted. The collection isn't really about historical accuracy so much as the absolute sensory overload and spectacle. I encourage you to read more about the history of the House on the Rock and maybe consider a visit next time you're in the Midwest. J. Darkwing.
Yeah. Thank you.
I would love to go there. I also feel like I would be absolutely overwhelmed on par with conventions, walking the floor of a convention.
It looks pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
That whale is insane.
Yeah.
His
a lot
teeth
of
are crazy.
He should go to the dentist haircut to get those teeth taken care of.
Dentist haircut, massage. Listen, so many business ideas over and over again. It's going to happen.
We should be rich. Thank you for listening. And if you want to send in your own listener mail, please do. We always love hearing from you. You can send it to 500opentabs@gmail.com, 500. Also, that's the name you can follow us at on Instagram and Blue Sky.
If you haven't done so, please go ahead and join the Patreon. And if you are in the Pacific, is Oregon the Pacific Northwest, or is it only for like Seattle and stuff?
Oregon
I always associate it with Seattle, but I thought it would be
Northern California up to the border is Pacific Northwest, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so if you're in the Pacific Northwest area from September 5th, 6th, and 7th, we will be in Portland for Rose City Comic Con. I don't have a table number just yet, but we're going to be there that weekend, and we're going to have all kinds of fun, crazy, insane drawings and books and art and mugs and pins and all kinds of things that you can think of. Please come to our table, come say hello, come buy some of our stuff, come say hello. We'll have some stickers for you if you're a fan of the podcast. And tell us about cool, interesting, weird, fun things in Oregon and Portland. I've never been to Portland, so this is my first time going.
Really?
I'm excited. Yeah.
Okay. It's what you think it is. It's funny because it's like I went there and I was like, oh yeah, this is what I was told it was.
All I know is Portlandia, so I just assumed that the dream of the 90s are alive in Portland. But I don't know if that's true.
It is. And that's just a vibe. You get there's a vibe. You're like, oh, okay. There's nowhere else like this on Earth. That's cool. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
But thank you guys for writing in. Thank you, Alyssa, of course, for putting together the episode. Of course, I'm at PermaFriends on Instagram, where you can follow me in updates. And also I'm Taherian on Blue Sky.
And I'm at Hannah Hillam on all of the things.
On all of the things. Hannah, in the meantime, until next time, I will see you at the Secundus Nixon. What is it called? I keep forgetting. Icarus toilet, shitting in the sky.
Yeah. I'll see you in the airplane toilet. I don't know. Happy August.
Happy August. Thanks, guys.
Keep it Josie.
Bye.